Relationship footprint. So first, everyone talks about carbon footprint, and that's important. But in my mind, I think relationship footprint is equally or more important. I mean, carbon footprint is important, especially in the near term, because we're stuck on Earth. But as we start traveling to Mars and then the cosmos, um, we'll be spread out, and we'll have learned how to evolve our environments and transform them. Some people call it terraforming. Basically we'll be creating the environments that we want. Like the Kardashev Type 1 civilization could control all the energy in its planet. So when we reach that point, right now we're at about 0.72, they say by the calculations, but from what I've seen. So eventually we'll be able to control the weather, we'll be able to control basically the environment, just like you can control the environment in your home, unless there's like an earthquake or a hurricane. But internally, you can basically control the environment for the most part, not always, but externally, you'll be able to control the environment as well. So carbon footprint will be important, but more in the short term because eventually we'll be, creating planets, doing Dyson spheres, harnessing all the energy from the sun, sending it throughout the solar system, and eventually the galaxy, controlling planets and stars, and eventually, someday probably creating stars and maybe breaking up planets, a whole bunch of different things. So, but in terms of relationships, I mean, you can see the effect on the environment. Like if you throw a piece of trash, you see the trash. But if you throw a piece of trash in your relationship, it's not physical. The scar to someone else is internal, so that's harder to see. But I believe that there's like energy footprints, or what I call relationship footprints, and that if you could see all the effects on different people that you had in the world every day and collectively, it would be just like so much more powerful even than the environment, as important as the environment is, because you affect the people that you come in contact with, and some more than others. The ones that you have more significant effects on and relationships with. But that is like a fundamental change to that person, positive or negative or mixed. And people are so quick to think about how am I affecting the environment. There's all kinds of environments, not just the physical environment. There's the psychological environment, the emotional environment. You could talk about your emotional footprint. You could talk about your psychological footprint. You could talk about your spiritual footprint. You could talk about your musical footprint. So think about relationship footprint and the effects that you're having. Use the analogy of the physical environment. Just like you realize like you can make the physical environment better or worse, realize that you can make the relationships and other people that you come in contact with and have relationships with better or worse as well.